What is up, T.O.Gs? So we've run into our first snafu with the KTM. We're gonna have to lug it on over to a friend's house, which lives down the street, and we're gonna have to charge it there. Hopefully that's all it is the battery, but I have no idea why the battery went dead. I mean, I've gone a week without riding it. This time it's about a week and a half, and it just died. No, when I turned the key, nothing happened. So fingers crossed, that's all it is the battery. So let's find out.
Yeah! Get up!
But as you can see, key on, absolutely nothing. So we'll lug it on over to the friend's house and see what happens.
3 hours later.
So the battery showed like 4 volts, which I assumed would be enough to at least turn the display on, maybe show a warning light or something. But even though we measured the voltage at 4 volts, still the display didn't turn on. So I ordered a new battery on Amazon, and it should be here on Friday. Today's Wednesday. So fingers crossed this works. I kind of have a bad feeling about this. I mean, in all, I just been kind of having bad luck, period, as far as motorcycles go recently. I mean, knock on wood, I did get my fat bob back, so I do have a motorcycle, so it's not like I'm completely bikeless right now. So yeah, I mean, just all kinds of garbage going on. I'll have an update for you once the battery comes and we replace that to see if that's what the problem is. I've had this bike for 6 months. Riding it has been great, but this is not great.
3 days later.
Oh, 14 volts and 12 volts when we started the bike. That is the number that I like to see, and brings an end to this few days and this kind of long string of bad luck that I've had on all things motorcycle related. So I just had a string of bad luck. I'll run a clip of when we brought the Fat Bob home right now. Just talking about some of the things that have been going wrong, and I'm going to add to that list. So here's that clip right now.
Flashback.
I discovered that the license that I recently renewed and got in the mail did not have my M1 endorsement on it. So luckily I'm still driving around and riding around with a license that hasn't quite expired yet, that has my M1 on it, but I was really upset. But it was just like, come on, DMV, you're gonna make me come into the DMV instead of being able to do it online like I did. But yeah, there's been a lot of downer things that have been happening motorcycle wise for me lately, but kind of the behind the scenes stuff that's been happening, it's just been a pain in my ass, and I'm okay with using that word in this case, because gosh, it's just been so annoying and irritating and frustrating. So all that, and then also on the way home, the Fat Bob started throwing a warning light, and so going and doing some research and kind of just troubleshooting on my own. And this is one of those things where people in the past said, hey, you might be getting that warning light because of this issue. And I said, I replied, no, the issue is with the harness, the wiring harness, and I was sure of it. So we took that, got that taken care of. Everything was running fine, and now we got the light back. But that has to do with the switch on the front brake lever not triggering that the brake is off. So it's stuck where the brake light's on. I haven't ridden the Fat Bob since. I don't know how long I was riding with that thing, with the brake light just sticking and just being on the whole time, which is really dangerous. Anyway, we're gonna get that taken care of. I'm gonna take apart the front brake lever, and just what I've heard is if you clean it out really well and spray it with some WD-40, hopefully, fingers crossed, that will work itself out. And you know, failures, right? All these fails. I like to think that in my life, I've failed a lot more than the average person. Let me tell you why. You know, we all fail in life, but failure has kind of been my MO, and it's kind of the path that I've chosen for myself. You know, because we all make our own choices. We all make choices to do and end up where we are and in the situations that we put ourselves in. But let me tell you about failure here and why I believe that I've failed more than the average person. And this isn't to brag, obviously, right? Oh, I've failed more than you have. No, this isn't to brag at all. I'm trying to make an example here, so let me just tell you a little bit of background about why I feel this way. So, if you've watched my channel, you know that I'm a community theater actor. You know, I never really tried my hand at professional acting, because frankly, I've had enough failure in my life, and I didn't need that much more to pile on top of that. But as a community theater actor, still, you audition for a lot of shows, and I've probably auditioned for twice as many shows than I've actually been in. But I've been in all these productions, you know, and failure is a whole part of learning in theater and really in life, but I'll get to that later. You know, in theater, you try different characters, you try different approaches to say lines, to convey the message that your character's trying to put across. So yeah, failure is huge in that aspect, but that does not trump the main reason why I've failed more than the average person. I served a 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, aka the Mormons. I'm not a practicing Mormon any longer, but I served that mission, and really, if you want a lesson in failure and how to fail, go on a mission. For more reasons than one. But the bigger thing is that every single day you go out there, you fail. And you fail 100 times a day. And that's what it's all about, because if you live in the United States, possibly in other countries too, you've likely had a Mormon missionary knock on your door. And hello, that was me. Age 19 to 21, that was me. So yeah, that was my life for 2 years, right? Just a complete failure. So anyway, that's a side story. What I wanted to talk about today is what we do when we fail, right? So did I want to just toss my hands up in the air when I saw that my bike wouldn't start at all? Yes, and I probably did. That morning, I was so frustrated. You know, I still had to go to work, but seeing that the battery was dead and knowing that I was going to have to, you know, probably buy a new battery, you know, troubleshoot to see if there was anything else, maybe that was the problem. And knowing that I've only had this bike for 6 months and have the battery go dead, you know, now I know if I'm not going to ride the bike for a while, you know, at least going out on rides like this, I need to at least take the bike out around town, get it going, and, you know, feed the battery. So these are the things that we deal with in life, right? The fat bob and all its problems, not selling, that's another failure. These are things that we can let us get bogged down, especially in a situation like the one I just went through, and I'm still going through, frankly, where it just feels like life is piling on, right? It's not about how much or how often or how all at the same time we fail. It's not about that. What it's about is about what we do when we fail. Now, if you haven't already watched my series about me trying to learn how to skateboard at nearly the age of 40, and now I am 40, proudly. So we fail, and we fail, and we fail, and we fail. We've got to dust ourselves off, and we've got to pick ourselves up, and with greater determination than before, knowing that we have overcome so many failures already, and push forward. Take those experiences that we've had and learn. Right? Stash that away for future reference. Hey, you know, I've had motorcycle batteries die on me before, for different reasons, but now I know, hey, especially with this bike, I can't just let it sit for too long. So, leave it in the comments. Are you going through something right now? Are you having trouble in your life? Are there things that are giving you difficulties? Do you feel like you're failing over and over and over again? If you feel that way, leave it in the comments, because I personally will leave you an encouraging remark. And I feel for all of you out there. Being a person who has been so good and such a frequent failure in life, I'm okay with that. It's taken me a long time to kind of just swallow my pride and say, you know what, it's okay to fail. It's okay to not be good at everything. It's okay to, you know, to have, and, you know, this is for all you adults out there, you can plug your kids' ears. Shit happens. So again, like I said, leave a comment down there if you'd like an encouraging word, and think about those in your life who maybe feel like those people are constantly succeeding, or those people are constantly happy. Think about those people, and the fact that sometimes those people who seem like they're okay all the time, they're going through something too. So check in on those people as well. But guys, that's all I've got for you today. This is kind of a subject that's been on the back burner, but something that I've wanted to talk about for a long time, and I thought this was a really good opportunity with the things that have happened with the KTM and with the Fat Bob, to talk to you all about it, and hopefully get a little feedback from everybody. But make sure if you like this video that you hit the thumbs up down there, which is the like button, and if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. Guys, if you're out there riding, be safe, and if you're not riding, get ready. I'm that one guy, and I am out.